This ain't no game, this that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could it? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. Them other shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dawson. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
What is up? Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We are coming to you live from the Four Pegs Studios. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman. With me today, we've got a couple of co-hosts. The rest have either decided that, well, we had one that was too busy, one that called me this morning sick, and I don't know where the other three guys are. But, hey, if you want to audition to be a co-host, send me your submissions, and maybe we can replace one of them. Listen, we're going to have a good show today. First off, my co-host. He's not been here in a couple weeks. He's been under the weather, but we are sure glad he's here today. Hadn't seen him in a while. Girls may not appreciate him, but we do. It's our guy, Shawn Barber. Wait a minute. Nope, try again.
Yeah, I was about to say his mic.
How's it going, folks?
There you go. I didn't turn his. He ain't been here in 3 weeks. I had his mic turned down. That's my bad. Also with us, he is co-host of Live with 55 with myself and the notorious HIG. He is always got the keys to something, whether it be to a sticky situation or victory. It's our guy, Wes Keys.
What's the word, y'all?
And we're glad to have Wes here. And then we have in the backstage area our producer. We'll bring him on later on in the show. Right now, he is just going to be the support system that we all want, the support system we all need. It's our guy, Tanner. He's not going to be able to say hello. He can just wave at me, and I'll tell y'all hello. There you go. He's waving. So, look, we got a good show for you all today. Appreciate you all joining us in. Don't forget, the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions. They will filter in through there. We'll answer them right away. Check on the graphic underneath Wes to tell how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media, or how to help support monetarily. You know, if you want to give us a little love for doing all this hard work for y'all, giving y'all information that other people charge for, we'd appreciate it. Also, while y'all are in here, hit that thumbs up button while you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you're watching on YouTube if you can help. That helps us out more if you watch on YouTube as opposed to the other sites. And a quick little sponsor shout out, and we'll talk a little bit more about our sponsors later like we do every week. Bare Nose on Market, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pickin', Shoot 360, and the sponsor of our text line. And I know that the gentleman is watching us today. I've already seen him in the chat line. Paul Thomas from Mossy Oak. We appreciate him sponsoring the chat line. And this is the reason why you all get a, okay, Nolan Smith in the building. What's good, Coach? I really hope that you are getting that work in. Happy Sunday. Look, that's my dude. I didn't want to get into this. Let's pin that and we'll talk here in a second.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, what?
I was gonna say, if I'm not wrong, I saw it on Sid's IG.
Oh, hold on. Look, you don't get to show my second mama love. That's me that gets to do that. I've already got that.
I'm out of pocket. You got it.
Yeah, you are out of. You ain't even out of regular pockets. You're out of like Higgy's pockets that he takes to the all-you-can-eat buffet, the extra long pockets. But no, we appreciate everybody joining us. We're gonna have Sam joining us in a few to give us some updates about the huge recruiting news coming out of women's basketball yesterday, and talk about the class overall. Tough loss today at the Yum Center in front of a pretty impressive crowd. It looked like on TV anyway. You know, they like to edit that to where it looks differently. But look, we are so happy to have the show here today. Look, and he is talking with everybody. I love that. Look, let's go ahead really quick. Let's catch y'all up on the Mossy Oak chat line. Our guy Brent says that RP is a motivator. Dwayne says, what's good, Card family? Tough loss for the women. Absolutely. Chad Brocky, Patino in the white suit, undefeated. Cardinal Chris says Rick Bozich for president. Okay. Paul Thomas, what's up, crew? Coach Smith, look, I can't even begin to start, and I ain't trying to get sappy. I ain't trying to get mushy. Y'all know me. I went through I went through that last year, and it is what it is. But everybody's talking about whether or not, and we'll get into this in a minute, whether KP should be brought back next year. I only care if Nolan's coming back, not only because he is a great person, a great friend, somebody that I care about on a personal level, but you can just tell that he is good at what. And I know there's a couple people out there that are going to be, and especially media people, that just hate on him for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk more about that. Look, I know Nolan plans on hopping on here with us this summer at some point, so we'll let him tell what he wants to tell and what he don't want to tell. That ain't my business to do. But Nolan, from what I know, without revealing anything, I can tell you that Nolan's a great recruiter. I can tell you that Nolan's a great coach. I can tell you that KP has stopped being stubborn the last couple of weeks in front of us anyway. I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. And he looks like he's trying to let the other coaches coach. And the first thing that you can tell when you watch it in person or on TV, Nolan's coaching his butt off. So, man, just know we all support you. We all love you. We want nothing but the best. And if rather it's him being here, KP staying or going, I don't care if KP's here. I care if NS is here. If you smell what the Rock is cooking. Michelle says, hey, family. Robbie says, good afternoon. Everybody saying hi to Coach. Michelle, what's up, Nolan? Jeff Wall's out here working fools for sure.
Yo.
KP. Corey Massey. Look, premium subscriber Corey Massey says, what's up, CSZ? Brent saying, wish you and Kate. Look, and he's answering to everybody. Yeah, we love you, man. You already know. Love y'all too from Nolan. Go Cards, Louisville Zone. Louisville legend, man. He really, if he's able to be full Nolan Smith here, we're going to be a problem. Whether that's with KP, whether it's with Will Wade, whether it's with Scott Drew, whether it's with Jesus himself. Like, if Nolan gets to be Nolan, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be everything. If you go back and watch his introductory press conference, those words that came out of his mouth were authentic. It was not something Nolan was saying just because he got a new job in his hometown. And that's exactly how everybody treated him. I can vouch for this. I was at the EYBL in Orlando, Nolan's first coaching assignment. Those dudes was scared when Nolan walked in the room. Now, could it have been because he had 6'7", 350-pound Jeremy walking behind him looking imposing? Maybe. Oh, my God, it's Jeremy Wyman. No. But, yes, Shawn's out of his basement, Bubba. Lee Newton says, you guys sounded good here in Orlando. Lee, I can't wait to get back to Orlando. I'm going to have to plan me a trip here pretty soon. Roger Neese says, let Nolan take over the rest of the year. Wanted Kenny to succeed, but he hasn't. Fair take.
And Nolan, just so you know, there is a certain part of the fan base that definitely agrees with that. Regardless of what happens, we definitely want you here.
Absolutely. Shout out to our Facebook watchers, Wayne Autry, Brady Bruce, Frank Reeder, Steve Franconia, and David Adams. We appreciate all of y'all and everybody that's tuning in from everywhere. Those are just, we don't have a big Facebook following because I don't really want my mom and them to, some of the things I say can be a little bit off the chain. So I don't really, I do more promotion on Twitter than I do Facebook. But look, yeah, coach. Like, I've never called him coach in my life. Nolan, we love you. We know you. We support you. I've told him since day one. There's a loud portion of Twitter that thinks they're more important than they really are. They complain and whine and moan.
They definitely do.
At the end of the day, it's still a small fraction size. But as Nolan will point out to me, those are the people that I hear. Because they'll add him, or they'll add Shayna, or they'll add Sydney. So just know that still today, when I go out and talk to people, people are like, things are going rough. But man, he had a whole bunch he had to deal with coming in here. So we expected, and I think it's to some extent, Josh expected that because the rumors, don't know this to be true. The rumors were at the very beginning, and I get this rumor from somebody I trust implicitly. But that when KP was offered his contract, he was told you're going to get 3 years minimum to turn this around.
Yep.
Now, did they think the first 2 years were going to be an absolute toilet flush? No. But look, we'll get into when KP is here or not here in a couple of weeks. We'll talk more about that. I don't really want to get into that. Let me get caught up here on the chat line. Again, thank you, Coach, for joining us. We it ain't nothing but love. Nolan with either Nate Oates or Scott Drew would be awesome. Bubba wants to know how your carpal tunnel is, Shawn. Premium subscriber Corey Massey says Nolan needs to be here no matter what. I agree with that. David, what's up? What's up, guys? Adam, bring on Will Wade and Nolan. That would be nasty. We love Nolan. Let's go. What's up? Cashmere in the building. What's good? Brent, I'm going to need you to either talk from Facebook or Twitter. When you go back and forth, I don't know why. Oh, maybe you're trying to be anonymous on the other one. I guess I won't call you Brent no more when you hit me up from the burner Twitter. My bad. I support KP too. We knew KP didn't have experience. He has learned. He is improving. Great point. Not everybody shares that, but great point. Brian McGlass, look, y'all are hitting up the Mossy Oak chat line today, and we all love it and appreciate it. Adam Maddox in the building. Glenn Bertram, appreciate you. Brian McGlass, what's up, fellas? Hope all is well. Chris says that half of the people work. I'm not going to read that out loud because I still have relationships with people up there, and I ain't trying. It's like I've been trying to teach Wes and our guy Jeff. There's going to be sometimes you don't agree with what people are saying, but don't rock the boat if you don't need to rock the boat. Our guy Will Wade and Nolan Smith would take over the NCAA. Absolutely. And Brian McGlass says, give me year 3 over Mick Cronin. You guys can crush me for that. Look, I don't want Mick Cronin. I don't want Dusty May. I've been thinking about it. I don't want Jerome Tang anymore because I just found out. I didn't know this. And maybe I'm ignorant for it because all I do is follow Louisville athletics, but apparently he coached under Drew.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, and nothing against Scott Drew, but it's like I would rather have Scott Drew than Scott Drew's
understudy.
Yeah.
Even though he was more of the defensive coach, because Baylor's defenses fell off.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee Newton with a great point. Let's keep KP around, but in an administrative role, still family. And last but not least, and then Wes, I'll let you talk a little bit because we're still waiting on Sam. Sam still has not joined us. And we are waiting on our guest, and he said he would join us right around the 2:45 mark, so we can talk about all this other stuff we got to talk about first, and then we'll get to him. Dan Furman, president of the 502 Circle, will be joining us right here. You see the 502 Circle gear I'm wearing.
Sean's wearing the hat.
Sean's got the hat on. Wes has got the receipt from his bank account where he donated last month. We're all representing one way or the other. Look, we're going to have a good time today, and we hope you all have a good time as well.
Can I pause you for a second? Because you didn't let me do it, so you have to do it.
Right, I'm going to, but I have that in this. Listen, when you, Wes, when you write a show, you write. I've got an entire script here for the show, so I've got a spot for my mama. Okay, I've got my mom, but I got a spot for my mama here later on. But you know what? We'll go ahead and say it because Wes is just like he's keyed up about it. Happy birthday to Monica Smith, Nolan and Sydney's mom. We love her. She's an amazing person. We've got to sit with her for several of the games this year, and she is awesome. Like, there's never any negativity comes out of her mouth. And if anybody's got a reason to be negative, it's probably the mother of the guy everybody's crapping on social media. And then her daughter, people try to step to, but like Sydney's got that fatality punch on Twitter. She'll hit you, and then you won't say nothing back. So it is what it is. But yeah, happy birthday to Mom Smith, Monica. We love you. We appreciate. Look, we had a couple friends, and Wes, you know them. Shawn, I think you know them. Our guy Wes Brocky. We were gifted some tickets. He had been telling me he hadn't been able to get to a game. He wanted to take his daughter. So I was able to find 2 tickets for Wes and his daughter, Gracie, who, if you all have ever been around Gracie, She is a million watts of energy at one time. So friendly, so everything. They come down to say hi to us after the game, and without fail, Gracie ran over to Monica and started, okay, we got somebody joining us. Is it finally Sam? Did Sam finally hop out of the... No, I can't say anything because I don't know if he's got any girls around him. I don't want to get him in trouble. Sam Basin in the building.
What's up? What's up?
Let's go. Wait, where are you at?
I'm in the media room.
Oh, okay. He fancy, huh? Coming to us from the media room.
Mr. Backstage Pass himself.
Y'all silly.
Listen, and Dwayne, great question. But let me finish what I was going to say, and then we'll go ahead and let's put this up here so we can everybody can read what the next topic's going to be like a little bit. And but Mom Smith, yeah, we love you. You're getting a ton of love on the text line. Adam says Tang is a 1-year wonder. Made to the Buckeyes. I don't know how true either of those are. I'll be honest with you. I don't follow Jerome Tang that much. But everybody is saying, Mama Smith, have a blessed day. Let's throw these on here because people are saying it. So we want her to be able to see it if so inclined. If Nolan wants to shot, Sydney will probably be the one that does that. But yeah, Gracie come down and she was over hugging on Mama before she even knew who she was. So it didn't even matter to Gracie. So Welch joining us in here. He's always fun follow of the show and stuff. Look, let's knock this out real quick because Sam did finally join us. Shawn, you might want to tilt your camera just a tad. Tilt it to where we can see your face and not just your forehead. Tilt it up. There you go. Technical difficulties here, but again, when you host the show, you produce it, you write it, there's a lot going on. Sam, yesterday, we'll go ahead and move you up too because Shawn is not important enough to be sitting right next to me, even though he is in real life. But yesterday, huge addition to the women's basketball recruiting class. I have called her Shebo because her dad was Zebo. Patent pending, by the way. I know a couple of months ago, this class was looking kind of thin, but the coaches, to their credit, were putting on Twitter 3 out of a possible 6, like it was the spades hand, like it was like you were playing cards.
Right.
And you never want to play cards with somebody that's like, oh, I got 6 possible 10 because they don't really know what they're talking about, and you're geared to lose in the first round. Yeah, Gracie is a great kid, Chad. But tell us a little bit about not only the addition we got yesterday, but what that does to the overall class ranking. We all know we've already talked about this. The women's Cardinal basketball team just lost a heartbreaker to a whack Virginia squad. So we don't really have to go over that. We all kind of know what went wrong. We didn't capitalize on mistakes. We had a really, in my opinion, had a huge advantage down low and didn't take advantage of it. Olivia was kind of shut down, and that's not something she's used to be doing. I don't even know if she was really. I'll be honest with you. I was trying to get the show together, so I only watched the fourth quarter. As soon as I turned it on, we started losing. So I wanted to turn it off, but that's not a fan. So I was like, all right, I'll stick around. So blame it on me if you want to blame it on anybody. It is what it is.
Yeah, they doubled the post early and often, and it took her out of the game. It took Nyla out of the game in the first half a little bit too. So I mean, give credit to them. They had a great defensive game plan, and they followed it almost to a T.
Well, speaking of taking out Nyla, have you approached that avenue yet? We know Shawn would never try, but no, okay.
No, man, I'm almost twice her age.
Cardinal, listen, we don't tell ages on this show, man. You would never know that. You would never know that Wes was like 43. It's crazy. I'm joking. Look, you see how his facial expression changed? He's like, I'm kidding, Wes. Look, Higgy's not here. I've got to mess with somebody, and Shawn's too easy of a target. Like, let's be serious. Quint McCauley in here. What's up, gang? Cardinal Chris says Gilbert Arenas and Zach Randolph doing Sundays at the Yum is fire. Tell us about the addition, Sam.
So we just added a 5-star. Most people have a 6'1.5". Some people have a 6'2". I've even seen someone say a short of 6'1". But She's going to be a post player for Louisville. She's extremely well on the glass, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Last year, she averaged a double-double for Sierra Canyon. I think they won state championship last year as well. They didn't win this year. They finished second in the state, but she averaged a double-double for Sierra Canyon. She also plays with current Louisville commit Gilbert Arenas' daughter. But this year, as a senior, she expanded her game offensively. She wasn't known for a mid-range jumper last year, but now she's expanded some on that, and she can also take you off the dribble in the mid-range area. She's even on occasion being able to step outside and take a three. So you could see once she gets here and she develops into Coach Walt's system and go through the strength and conditioning program, she'll definitely be a force on the offense and defensive side of the ball. She's a really smart player too. So she helps on defense and she recovers. She plays great help defense. She can still get better on one-on-one defense, but in high school, your one-on-one defense isn't really what they look at in most cases. You work on that when you get to college. Let's be honest.
Unbelievable.
But
you've been to hit that button, haven't you?
I know. I was looking at the button just now. I was like, you know what? Not a better time to hit that button. We've been so for those of y'all that don't know, we do the CSZ podcast down here in my studios, which are / dining room area. But whenever we do Live with 55, I do it from my office, and I don't get to have my mixer when I'm up in my office. So I've been missing.
Unbelievable.
All right, Sam, go ahead. I apologize for interrupting you. How unprofessional of me.
Nah, you're good, man.
I know.
But it'll be interesting to see how she meshes with the team next year with her expanding offensive role that she's been working on. I can't wait to see her in the Yum Center next year.
So what's the class look as far as number of we got 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars, a 3 stars, a possible 10 and 2. Like, what do we got?
So right now it's in the top 10, but we still have to add one more. And knowing Coach Waltz and Coach JP and Coach Norman, they're holding that one close to the vest. So I think we could probably jump up some more. We do have Anaya Harding, who's a 4-star player out of Renaissance in Michigan. And I'm just going to say Avant Roberts. I can't pronounce her first name. She plays in IMG back down in Florida. So, like I said, we have Azalea Arena. She's the 4-star. And then we have a foreign player, Isla Jeffermans. She's a I think 6'4", 6'5" post player. So
it's tall. Wow.
Yeah, so we've seen Coach Waltz in the last 2-3 years go towards bigger post players. Because traditionally he went with the, like you say, Monique Reed, Olivia Corcoran, Maisha Hines-Allen, Sarah Hammond type of big, but now he's expanding to a little bit more of a taller post, so to say.
So, the same way those shirts came out about that recruiting class down the road last year, I know Jeremy referred to her as Agent Shiro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we got Shibo. So print the shirts. They print themselves.
Listen, shout out to our guy, Alan at T-shirt Hooligans. We'll have to talk to him. I'm sure he's already thought of those. I did not those weren't like super creative. It's like rhyming and stuff. Premium subscriber Robert Holt says we need players, fellas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And our guy T Will. Glad I was able to finally meet 55 in the West. Keep up the hard work, CSZ family. Go Cards. Yeah, it was nice meeting you as well. And look, exciting times coming from women's basketball. Like I did not think Olivia Cochran announcing yesterday on Facebook of all places she's returning next year. That adds a little spark to everybody's excitement.
Coach Waltz is going to hit the transfer portal to get at least 1 or 2 impact transfers. So this
does Kiki have another year here?
No.
So that'll be one spot. Who's another transfer that will only be here this year?
Sydney Taylor. This was her last year too.
Okay.
And Ricards.
That's the energy player right there, man. And every time Nina's, she reminds me a lot of Tylor. Every time she gets on the court, she's like I say Tylor, but I actually let's give her a little bit more love. She reminds me of a Russ Smith defensively. She just gets in there. She disrupts things.
And she
there were
has a
times.
good mid-range jumper too.
Yeah, and there were times at the end of
the logo, not just mid-range.
There were times at the end of the game today, even that Nina was getting in there and disrupting everything. So no, Welch, we're not going to go get Haley Van Lith back. No,
sir.
She has.
Why would you even?
He's trolling. He's trolling. He's got to be trolling.
Has to be.
Nah, flag on the play, bro. Nah, he had a pocket. You gotta go.
West throwing the flag on the play. So we're gonna have a great core returning next year, and then we're gonna be adding a super freshman class. Now we're not gonna do this like the last time we had a super freshman class in basketball. Period. We anointed them the Super Six. 6 of a kind. They had a little trading cards and stuff, and none of them. Jalen was the one that stuck around the longest. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And even he left. He's playing in North Carolina, but that was okay. Let's see if I can get it correct because it's been a long time. Josh Nickelberry.
Yep.
David Johnson.
Yep.
Jalen Withers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nickelberry, Aiden Agahan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep. What's my name?
Sam Williamson. I was getting to him.
Okay.
He said, "What's my name?"
And then who? What? Listen, I ain't one of these shit. Never mind. Say my name, Jerry. No. Who's the 6? Who am I forgetting?
Quinn Slazinski.
Bless you. I knew. I was like, who's the white kid? There's got to be a white kid. Like that's the white kid. It is what it is. Can we bring Mike Casa off of the coaching bench? Okay.
Man, I wish. She still looks like she could hoop too.
Oh yeah, she can. It
was just last year. But watching her in warm-ups with the young ladies there, you could tell she still has that fire in her. Even
she
after
probably
5 years of playing.
Butt in practice too. I guarantee you.
Absolutely, BJ tuning in. Look, Wes, because I know you're new to the crew. The way Restream works, like if you start talking, it completely mutes Sam. So kind of wait till people start. And this is like Wes is my understudy. Like I'm teaching Wes stuff. So if y'all don't DM me with you're being too mean to Wes. No, I'm trying to teach him because I see a lot. I see a lot of talent there. I'm trying to get my 502 logo in.
Potential.
Potential. Sort of like Shawn's dating life 30 years ago. Hope it didn't work out the same way. Cardinal Chris says HVL can stay in Baton Rouge with the Wicked Witch of the South.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely good. Look, let's chat line. Hit me with your questions. Hit me with your messages. We will have here shortly Dan Furman, president of the 502 Circle. You can get your questions in for him. Again, I find it very, very awesome that as we're sitting here, we had Nolan Smith join in on the chat line. He's at the office right now doing the game plan for Duke, and he's tuning in. So we appreciate that. RG, quit believing those recruiting services. Fair enough. I don't know what you're referring to. Y'all know my stance. And I've got friends that do it. So when I say this, I get a little bit of heat from it because they're like, stop crapping about what you do. I don't like message boards. I don't like recruiting services. I like to do my own thing. So I don't really, and I don't like to pay people for stuff. 6 steals, 3 blocks for Virginia, contrasted with Louisville's 4 steals and 2 blocks, coming to us from Stat Boy Tanner. We appreciate you being in here with us and giving us this good info. This is all we ever wanted from you, Higgy, and you failed big time. So, by the way, hopefully Megan's feeling a little bit better. Higgy called into the show 5 minutes before it started today, so he was very, very thoughtful of us. Apparently, she just got sick right before the show. I'm just giving him a hard time. Megan, we hope you feel better. All right, let's talk about it because I do not want to get into the next topic and then Dan call in. So we'll hold the line here for a second. Robbie Dole in the building. Ask any questions y'all have. We'll talk about it. Here's what we'll do real quick because I do have some commercial stuff to talk about, and maybe that'll lead us right into Dan. While you're watching the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, please support all of our sponsors. Bare Nose on Market. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. it's a great place to go, and it's very close to the Yum Center after the game. But it's not. Don't just go there after Louisville stuff. They have concerts. Sam Hunt was there the other day. Journey was there, or maybe about to be there. Don't just go. Don't just head there after the Louisville stuff. Head there all the time. George and his staff are fantastic at what they do. Great food, great time. We're gonna have a little meetup for the last game of the season. I don't know what we're calling it. Maybe a CSZ podcast party, and then we're gonna eat. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, and then we're gonna go watch the game, or maybe we'll do it the other way around. I don't know what West double booked that day, so I don't even know if it would be better for us to do it after as opposed to before. But anyway,
we'll talk about that later.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. But absolutely, Bear Nose on Market, great food, great people, great pizza. Also, shout out to the Chris and Sarah out at Fitness Market. As you all know, prior to the flood, they had completely furnished my basement. I had to pay for it, but some of the best exercise equipment in the world. I still have my seated stair stepper, my exercise bike, my weights. The only thing that went down in the flood was the treadmill, and we're going to have that replaced here in about a month when we get the basement renovated finally. We're going to get to move this back to the basement. We'll get to go back to this being an in-person thing, and I can't wait for that because we always had a good time with that. But Fitness Market, ask for Chris. Tell him Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. He'll hook you up. Higgy was supposed to do the read today for Four Pegs. Four Pegs at 1053 Goss Avenue. Our guy Chris Williams serves up some of the best food in Louisville. Let's see. Could that have been who we were waiting for? It is who we were waiting for. Let me go ahead and finish up these reads real quick, and we'll have the man on the show. Four Pegs, 1053 Goss Avenue, some of the best barbecue in town. Chris did compete on a show on the Food Network. I believe it was called Barbecue All-Stars or something like that. He got pretty far. Great dude. Loves the cards. Stop in. Tell him we said hi. Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's almost time. Football season is upon us. April 19th, spring game, and then the season's right across the street from that, literally. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, and the crew for supporting us, letting us do our live shows there. We appreciate it. Cherry Picking, a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar, inspiring you to take what's good. It's conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your order, and say hi to Sydney and them. That's Sydney and Nolan. They own that. Great stuff there. Teresa loves it. Now Teresa's she's a Starbucks like cold press type. I'm not. But I love going in there. They got basketball hoops in there. They got great conversations, good music. Like, you'll have a good time there. Shoot 360 Louisville, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Peyton Steve is one of the owners there. Call 515-6556. Sign up for the women's clinic coming up on March the 23rd. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout for anybody. So you can test it out, see if that's what you like. And last but certainly not least, Mossy Oak and Hart Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of his team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you with your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Look, this is the part of the show we've been looking forward to the whole time. And thankfully, the basketball game ran a little bit long, and I do see your question, T. Will. We'll get to that in a second. But our next guest, I'm not going to keep him holding any long. He really don't need an introduction, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. He is the president of the 502 Circle, and he is a real life member of the Avengers. And in my eyes, anyway, it's our guy Dan Furman. Dan, what's good, man?
What's going on, guys? Y'all doing okay?
Yes, sir. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy Sunday to join us.
Hey, anytime, man. I hope you guys can see me okay. I'm over here trying to get some stuff knocked out. It's been a crazy couple weeks. Guys are getting settled in. Football's about to get rolling again here with spring ball, and it's an exciting time. It's exciting.
Absolutely. Look, we are so fortunate to have the 502 Circle around here. We appreciate all your hard work as well. We see the success. We see the success with the number 5 recruiting class in the country this year. I get it mixed up with men's basketball, the number 1 transfer class in back-to-back seasons, I believe, in football. and the big addition with women's basketball with Zebo's daughter. Sorry. Overall, how have the first couple of years went with the 502 Circle for you, and how satisfied are you with the results so far?
Yeah, man. I mean, 502 Circle's in a really good spot, and we're really excited about where we're at. And but at the end of the day, I'm a competitor, right? Everybody on our side is a competitor. So we're never going to tell you that we're feeling good about where we're at. We want to keep growing and put ourselves in a situation that, you know, we're going to continue to have success and put our coaches and our athletes in a position that they can win championships, right? So we're excited about where we're headed. There's a lot of things that we've got to work on here going into the spring, especially from a membership standpoint. We're going to continue to ramp that up, get some more folks to join on, be a part of that from a monthly membership standpoint, and really push this thing into the future. Right? It's not slowing down anytime soon. So this is the new arms race here in college athletics, and you know I'm excited. We're prepared to compete with anybody and put our programs in a spot to win. So that's kind of where we're headed. And you know, for me, it's I think I'm going on like month 10. It feels like year 10, but it's part of the grind, part of the process. I just can't wait to see some of the results, man. I mean, we've worked really hard. We've got a good team over here. Mark Spiegel did a great job laying that foundation to put us in a spot where you know, we could pick it up and run with it this time last year. So I'm excited about what's to come, and we're going to need everybody's support to make this thing happen. So we're going to need you guys pushing it out here, especially on your show weekly. So we appreciate you guys, man.
Every single week. You don't have to worry about that.
I love it.
We're very, very proud of what y'all are doing. And it's something, I mean, none of us here, and I think, Wes, you may be the youngest at 29. None of us had NIL when we played. Well, Shawn didn't play any sports.
I'm unathletic.
You are very unathletic, Shawn.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
He barely gets in the game as far as.
Hey, I played, and I may consider myself that as well. You know, like that's part of it.
Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Wes.
Wes, you already knew where I was going. Like, Shawn has trouble competing in the game of dating. We're trying to get him there, but we'll get there soon. I'm gonna leave it at that.
You already did.
Look, anything. So the main reason I wanted to get you on here is because I know that you all have sometimes weekly stuff that you want to push out. I know y'all have something coming up for Card Nation to be a part of. Can you kind of explain that to everybody a little bit?
Yeah, so over the next couple months, man, we are really going to start pushing some of our membership models, right? So we have an individual membership model that you can go to 502circle.com, click on our membership levels, you get some more information about that. It's an exciting time to be involved, right? We're working really closely with the department to find unique opportunities for this fan base to get involved and have some access to, you know, our programs and most importantly, our athletes, right? That's what this whole thing is all about. We're going out and recruiting and retaining some of these unbelievable athletes. Let's showcase them, man. Let's see what we can do to continue to build their brand and push them into the next stage of their life. And then we also, you know, going into April, we're excited to launch a little bit of a campaign. It's something new in our space. Not a lot of collectives have been able to have the success that we're hoping to have with this. So keep an eye out for that. But get on there, man. Get on 502circle.com. Join our membership. Join one of our membership levels. It's as easy as $25 a month. There's a lot of really cool, exciting access you're going to have throughout the spring and throughout the football season. And then running into basketball season next year, we're going to revamp a lot of those benefits as well. So this is going to be exciting. We're also about to launch some new corporate opportunities as well. So some corporate memberships that will be really exciting for businesses here in town to interact with our athletes and not only build their brand as a business, but also support U of L athletes in what they're doing and what they're doing in the community from a nonprofit standpoint. So it's an exciting time. So we're pumped.
Absolutely. And I know we have some heavy hitters money-wise in the chat right now. Get in touch with Dan. He'll be more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
Speaking of some of the cool things that we kind of rolled out that you kind of rolled out last year was something that I named. It didn't have a name, but I dubbed it the Louisville live stream.
Hey, that was sure a we, man. You did a lot of work on that. I love it.
I appreciate that. They were a smash hit as far as I know. Great concept, great athletes. The host is okay, but might have been able to do it better at a host.
Very good, sure. Very good. I mean, those chat rooms that we have, man, some of those the Raybone Sports chat rooms and live video streams that we put together. We're going to have some more of those coming up here soon. It's a crazy time for our athletes, right? Like we're kind of in the heat of it right now. Everybody's playing football. We're kind of getting settled in a little bit, trying to get those guys acclimated to it. We brought in 20. I think there's 25 new guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dudes, man. It's not an easy portal haul. Maybe it might have been 26. So you're in a situation where these guys are getting acclimated to the city, trending towards being a little bit more comfortable. Once that happens here, once the weather breaks, I'm excited to get that going. Basketball season's also in full swing, so those guys don't have a lot of time to get anything done outside of making sure that they're ready to compete. So, same with women's basketball. We're excited to get them on there a little more, and then baseball season just got going. So it's full speed ahead in college athletics right now, man. And Louisville athletics is in a good spot. Josh is putting these guys in a situation to continue to ramp it up and win, and we've got some exciting stuff rolling. But I can't wait to get those some of those Rave On live streams going again. Let you get on there and kick it around with some of these kids.
I had a blast, and look, it's something I've always had a talent. I've just been able to connect with it's
awesome.
My dad had this.
It's different. It's different. Like it's something that not a lot of people you don't get to see that side of them very often, right? So talking to JT Benson about his Fish and Wildlife NIL deal, right? Like those are the types of things for me that I think are really interesting. Talking about, stories from coaches in the past on the football side, or coaches that, hey, how does Coach Raj handle that mound visit on, Friday night when you're struggling a little bit? Those are cool behind the scenes things that you don't get to see very often, and it's fortunate at 502 Circle we're able to provide some of those.
Absolutely. It was like I was saying, my dad, me and my brother used to make fun of him because whenever we go on vacation, we'd always say, dude, you never meet a stranger. And what we didn't realize at that point is that he was just naturally gifted at talking to people and connecting. And that's something I feel like I've inadvertently taken from him and been able to run with. And there's not been one of these. Of course, the first one was Shane Buchanan and Mike, and I already knew both of them, so I had a blast doing that one. Then we did Jada Curry. We had and I'm not saying these in orders, but we had Nyla and Olivia on one, and then we had Isaac and Sebastian on one, and then JT and Carson was on the
Carson Leggett, yeah.
Other one.
That's a good group right there, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
And some of those women's basketball girls, man, they got great stories, and they've got a lot of experience. We've got some girls on that team who have been around a few years, so telling the stories of making some runs deep into the tournament is always fun to hear. And we got to get volleyball on there too, man. I want to hear some of the the inner workings of how crunch time in the March Madness tournament for them, or the NCAA tournament for volleyball kicks in, because they're crushing it right now, and it's been a fun program to watch. Watch them develop and grow into what they are now.
Absolutely. And volleyball and baseball, really, I would say those both have exploded over the last 20, 25 years, because I can remember my senior year, I say my senior year, it was when I went to finish up my degree back in 2005 at U of L. Volleyball had just, under Coach Leonard Yellen, I believe his name was, had just started making big strides, and they had, I think we had Katie George, Jennifer Hoffman, and Lena Ustimenko, and they're probably three of the greatest Louisville volleyball players of all time, all on the court together. And I've been with them since day one, thankfully, because of that, because one of them dated one of my neighbors that actually convinced me to go back and finish up my degree. I had those injuries in college that forced me to bow out, and I just was down and stuff. And Terrence Farley, center for U of L basketball, he lived down the street from me. He's like, dude, I'm scared to go to college. I'll be a freshman. Let's do it together. And we did it together, and it was great. And he was dating one of them. And that was around the same, I think the next year we hosted our first ever super regional here in baseball, and was it Oklahoma State, like 22-2?
Shoo, that's crazy.
It was something.
So what year was that?
That would have been because of
05 or 06?
No, College World Series was 07.
07, yeah.
Yeah, so
07 was that. Wow, that's crazy. That was 17 years ago now?
Yeah.
God.
Look, I don't like to do anything that shows my age, because in my head I'm still 29, like Wes is actually.
I love it.
So, but yeah.
Were Zach and Jay Pitts on that baseball team?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe Zach was, for sure.
man, I got the whole thing rolling. I mean, that's where it all started right there.
It really did. And I can and this is going to make me sound so old, and I'm not that
That
old,
was
I promise.
It was Coach Mac's first year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Coach Mac's first year. When I went to when I got there in 2004, the baseball team played in this field across the street. Actually, I think the young practice facility is sitting.
Really?
Right now, they played in you wouldn't have even known it was organized baseball. It was just a field.
Unbelievable, man.
With the small fence all the way around, a bootleg scoreboard. So for me, I feel blessed. Sometimes I'm like, man, that seems like a long time ago. But it's like, but I feel blessed to have been able to see what that turned into, because just 2 years later, Jim Patterson was there, and it's one of the premier baseball facilities in the country right now, and it has been since its inception. But look, we're not going to keep you too long. Want to mention one more thing, and then we'll let you pitch whatever we got coming up soon. The one thing that I have loved about the 502 Circle is it's not just you've been tremendous to me personally. I'll go ahead and put that out there.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate all you guys do for us, man.
Thank you. I mean, you've just been very, very. A lot of people think president of a company, and they're like, well, he's probably going to be kind of a jerk to people and this and that. But no, from day one, anytime I had a question for you, you've answered it. You've not big time me ever. When I was sick, you checked in with me a couple times. I will never forget stuff like that. But you all done a fantastic job of surrounding yourself with people like that. I know that. I know at the beginning, I know Chris Redmond was a part of it.
Yeah.
My teammate, I actually was in the same freshman class as Chris Redmond. I know Dan Mosby had a little bit to do with it at first. I don't know what his part is anymore. Larry O'Bannon, just to name a couple of people that I know personally that are great people. Was that a plan to get great people who also know what they were doing, or did you all just kind of get lucky?
Absolutely, and like I said, Mark Spiegel did a great job, like getting us rolling, getting it off the ground. But we've from this whole thing, like we've just taken it from the hardest part of a business oftentimes is getting it from 0 to 1, and now we're trying to take it from 1 to 10. So that's both of those stages of a startup and that's really what we are, right? It's what we were about a year and a half ago. It's been a challenge, and both of those stages present different challenges and different opportunities that we have to maneuver through. And honestly, like, we would never be able to do it without this city, man. Like, this city has such great people that care about Louisville sports. They genuinely believe in and care about our athletes and our coaches and our administrators, that we're at the point where, hey, like, if a few things go our way here in the spring, like, we're going to have a lot of success. We're going to be in a really good position just to not only do this year, 2024, but I feel really good about the sustainability of 502 Circle and where we're headed. So it's not going to happen without everybody's help, though. And this community, I really need everybody to get behind our membership levels. Join today, 502circle.com. You can click the 3 buttons for the drop down and check out some of the assets, some of the things that you receive in return for those contributions. So, that's going to be really important for us here over the next few months to build that out. And this industry changes left and right, man. You're seeing this stuff going on right now with Tennessee and Virginia and trying to, take a look at how they're reacting and interacting with the NCAA. And the craziest part about my job right now is that every day when I wake up, there's a chance that it might look different, right? So for us, we've just got to be way ahead of everybody else in the conference to make sure that we're putting ourselves in a situation that we can effectively win ball games regardless of the sport. So hopefully we're doing that. Hopefully it's something for Card Nation to be proud of. But we're not done yet, man. We're just getting going. You guys are gonna be excited about what we're rolling out in the spring. Can't wait for you guys to see some of the. We want to showcase it, right? Like, absolutely. I'm fired up to showcase some of that new talent at football. Some of the guys that are coming back. I mean, talk about Ashton Gelati coming back. Talk about Quincy Riley coming back. I mean, got some dudes rolling around over there now. Like, it's you start talking about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 legit. Sure shot draft picks, right? So it's a fun time. The sky's the limit. We got an unbelievable coaching staff over there on the football side. I mean, Jeff's done an unbelievable job, and it's just exciting to see where this thing can go. So we appreciate all you guys do to support us, man. We're going to need the community to continue to get behind us. I'm I'm telling you, man, like the sky's the limit. There's a lot of really cool opportunities for us to push our athletes out into the spotlight. And that's what this thing's all about, right? For years, I feel like college athletics was a lot about coaches and administrators and riding on the top of the float when you win a championship, right? Now it's turning around. Hey, this is the opportunity for the athlete to go do their thing, compete, and have opportunities to take care of themselves, their families, the people around them. But at the same time, wear Louisville across their chest with some pride, right? Go win football games, go win basketball games, volleyball, women's basketball, baseball, whatever that might be. Let's go compete and let's be proud of what we're doing. So we appreciate you guys. Hopefully the city's excited about it, proud of what we're doing on the 502 Circle side, but let's keep this rolling.
Absolutely. Look, Dan, we appreciate you taking the time. Get over to 502circle.com. Is that correct?
You got it. 502circle.com. Get on over there.
For all the options, the memberships, they'll take care of you. Look, y'all know me. I've been doing this for 13 years now. I would never refer you all to anybody I didn't believe in, or if I thought they were shady. Dan is one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Not just saying it because you're on here.
I appreciate that, man. I apprete it.
But you really are. You've been too kind.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. You've been too kind. You've been very, very. You've given me everything. Like, you've been very accessible, and we appreciate that. Also, y'all heard him. This is a breaking news. Louisville live streams coming back soon. You'll get to see me chop it up with all the athletes around Cardinal. We have a good time. The one I had the most fun with was the one that we actually did with Olivia and Nyla. It went so well that Ray Vaughn hit me up and was like, "Well, we know your 20 minutes is up. Let's get another one going." And they just entertained everybody. And even afterwards, I DM with Nyla for a little bit. She's interested in doing a little bit of interviewing and TV and stuff. I told her, anytime you want to come
personalities right there, man. Big personalities. I love it.
I told them anytime they want to hop on the show and get some practice, they're more than welcome to do that. Any way we can help you out, Dan, you just let us know, and we're here for you. Just like
same to you guys, man. Always reach out. DanF at 502circle.com. We appreciate all you guys are doing. All right, you guys take it easy.
Absolutely. Dan Furman, 502 Circle. We
Go
appreciate
Cards,
you.
guys. Take care.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Other than Sam's, what a great interview, great dude. Other than Sam's keyboard clapping so hard that's all we could hear for about. Finally, I figured out how to mute Sam. Only reason I didn't let y'all ask any questions is because I didn't want y'all to ask him something he couldn't answer. So it wasn't like me trying to stifle y'all. I just didn't want y'all to be like, well, how come y'all ain't giving Kenny Payne $6 million to go out? No, I know. Well, I know, but
I mean,
it is what it is. Let's get back to the Mossy Oak chat line. We'll go to the shot sheet, and we'll try to. Everything kind of happened out of order, so and it's fine. T. Will says, quick question, 55. Is Junior Bridgman fully behind KP? Does the big NIL guys want a year 3 of KP? A dumb question, but have to ask. Well, that's a question I wasn't going to put Dan on the spot with it. I just want to let you know I wasn't ignoring you. I just was not going to put him on the spot. Welch says someone has a loud keyboard. Yes, that was Sam. Brian McGlasson wants to know, how close are we to getting some of Coach Mack's wish list knocked out for baseball? I will get with Brendan Hoba. He is one of he is our baseball. Him and Justin Kruger are our baseball guys at CSZ. I'll get that information. Fabian and Cashmere saying what's up. Everybody, please hit that like button. D Wall in the building. We appreciate you. All right, let's get back. Let me get back to the timeline. Make sure I went through everything. There's the those Louisville live streams, though. Wes, I might ask you your opinion on this, because when these were out, you were just a consumer. You weren't with the team. Mm-hmm. And right now, you're just on a G League deal. You've not been caught up to the main roster just yet. I mean, permanently.
Two-way contract.
I mean, you're on a 2-way contract right now. Thankfully for you, the rest of the guys are taking the days off every week. I don't know, but look. How did you? What were your favorite parts of the Louisville live stream? Did you enjoy them?
Yeah, I enjoy the heck out of them, man. That's one thing I wanted to say. That's why I was low key raising my hand a little bit, like so I could get that off real quick. But
well, that's why I low key ignored you, because I didn't want it to ruin the flow of the show.
I know. But no, the thing I was gonna say is props to 502 Circle and props to you for being a great host. Like, it's a great idea. It's innovative. It's something that helps you. You can read about an athlete in their bio, but actually getting to ask them questions and have an intimate experience with them and like really get to know the person. outside of whatever sport they play, whatever they're doing. It's important. It's awesome.
And sorry, I was just trying to let let's see. All right. Louisville has retaken the lead in baseball. We are up 6-4 as of right now. That's good because they had went up 4-2 on us. So my God, dude, Eddie King Jr. has just been on it. He's one of the bright spots. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
He's further along in the chat. New Lamar Jackson merchandise is officially here.
Oh.
Go to U of L. Go to my Twitter because it's got it broken down a different way. Go to my Twitter. You can click on the tweet from @GoCards. They have the store hours where you can shop now. Some pretty slick these are pretty cool tumblers and shirts and merchandise. And I pitched that, and I wasn't even I was not even asked to do that. That merchandise looks really nice. Louisville was nice double. So okay, that's what brought everybody in. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on everything. All right. Back to the question at hand. No. Okay. What a blast, says Robbie. What's going on, y'all, says D-Wall. Look, we're just sitting here chilling, having a good time. The Louisville live streams for me. So, again, I'm probably old enough to be their dads and stuff, and I'm okay with that. Like, because where I grew up, like, most of the kids were dads at like 16 or 17 anyway. So maybe I'm only 32, or maybe I'm older. I'm older. Be quiet, Teresa, before I tell your age on the computer. I hear you back there. You think I got the headphones on and I can't hear you? Oh, I hear you. But the thing I liked about it the most, it was just the first one was really what broke. I was very nervous about the first. And before I get into that, it's always really awesome to hear your boss. And Dan is my boss as far as that's concerned. Say how much he's enjoyed me chopping it up with the kids and how much he enjoyed the product. That means a lot. Great time. But that first one really set the tone for me because it was Shane Behannon, which is somebody I've known for a while, and Mike James, which is the only kid on the basketball team that I had a personal connection with, just from media days and stuff like that. I didn't know any. I knew Brandon a little bit, but Mike he's a wrestling fan. We connect on so many levels. Just a great dude. So for me to be able to just sit there and chop it up, and that was the cool / different thing about the Rave-On Sports chats is you get a 20-minute. You don't get 20 minutes and 1 second. You don't get 19 minutes and 59 seconds. At the 20-minute mark, it kicks everybody off of the feed because they pay for a certain amount of time. And like we got cut off because we didn't even realize we had gotten to the time limit yet. So for the next ones, I started bringing a timer, and we got the time pretty much knocked down. I love talking. Actually, there wasn't one that I have disliked so far. All those I named earlier, I enjoyed talking to Jada Curry. Love being able to talk to Olivia Cochran and Nyla Harris for an hour, just talking. And that was the one where in my opinion, and Wes, you can give a different opinion, but that was the one that I've done so far where I feel like they were the most vulnerable. They opened up about more personal things. And it just was a fantastic time. So we will promote those when we get to start doing those again. Rave-On Sports app, really cool concept. You can download the Rave-On Sports app from Google Play or the Apple Store. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to follow your favorite college teams. And when your games start for those teams, it gives a private chat room for you and like-minded Louisville, any fans across the board. Like they have it for every team. But for Louisville specific, you can hop in a Louisville chat room, talk with Louisville fans. You don't have to worry about outside noise. It's a great concept. Then they also offer those lives every week. So fantastic idea. Shout out to Miss Brittany. She's my Rave-On contact. She's been very, very hospitable and amazing to me. So we cannot wait to get those out. We're going a little bit long today, and that's fine because we had the women's basketball game ended a little bit later than we thought. And then, Dan just took over. 502 Circle Takeover. Shawn sporting his little 502 starter hat over here. I got on the 502 windbreaker. And that's another thing. If y'all have an opportunity to get their gear, this may be the most comfortable windbreaker I've ever bought in my entire life. It's amazing. It's great quality. Shawn, I asked you to fill the jacket, but I'm afraid you may misread the situation. It is what it is, but baseball team coming alive in the bottom of the sixth. You love to hear that. Robbie, if you'll give us a score update, we'd really appreciate it. Wes is throwing the flag again. Teresa, I asked you to buy me some flags for Christmas, the NFL penalty, and you didn't, so I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, yeah, I got everything else I asked for, but I didn't get those.
There may be a bit I just throw in here and there when somebody said just.
That's fair. No, I love it. I love it. Look, here's what we got left. We got men's basketball, which is I know is the reason why 9-4 the Cards are up now. Thank God we were down 4-2. We got men's basketball, and we know that's why a lot of you all are here. We've got we've already talked about our sponsors, so we don't have to do that till the end again. And then we've got rapid fire. So we're closing in on the end of the show, probably another 20 minutes. Again, appreciate all the love and support. Y'all been in here for an hour and 1 minute, and you've already seen the king of NIL, Dan Furman, in here, and Coach Nolan Smith interacting with the crowd at the beginning of the show, working hard. Like, you can go down there right now. There will only be one car at the practice facility. It will be Nolan's car probably, because I know everybody else is out working, and despite what everybody else thinks, there is some recruiting going on. All right, guys, let's just talk about it. The article yesterday come out from, was it Rick Bozich?
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about, now, if you listen to the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, and this is not me flexing or whatever, the stuff that came out in that article yesterday is the stuff we've been talking about here for a month, right? Well, the Carter Knox stuff we've been telling you all since December.
Yep.
Then about 3 weeks ago, I cryptically, it was on Live with 55 because we hadn't got our 200th episode shot off yet of the CSZ podcast. By the way, next week's guest, Larry O'Bannon, will join us. We'll have a good time with Larry, my dog. Great dude. And again, he was a part of the 502 circle at the beginning. I don't know that I think that he moved on to a job at the university. We can ask him next week. It's no big deal. But none of the stuff that you read in the article would have surprised you if you were a CSZ subscriber, right? Except for the name. The name finally come out, and it was a name that I didn't. Wes, you can reaffirm this. We did our Live with 55 the other day, and well, the 2 weeks ago, I told you all in privately, you, Jeff, and Higgy, that there was a second top 15 recruit that was committed to Louisville if we kept KP. You all asked me for a name. I told you I couldn't give it to you because I didn't know it. And I found out earlier this week that not only did I not know it, but the guy that told me about it didn't know it either. And I won't tell you how that was confirmed. I'll tell y'all after the show. But I won't tell y'all that live because I am trying to, really quick, there's a misnomer in this community by some. Shout out to everybody out there that's trying to do what they're doing, by the way. Stephen Marcus, Mike Rutherford, Power 10, all those people that are trying to, and I'm not going to name, I don't want to leave anybody out, and I also don't want to name anybody that don't want to be named. But shout out to everybody trying, but there's a misnomer in this community that the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast may be a homer podcast. And you all know me. I'm never the type of person to stray away from, like I had somebody tell me a month ago, this is a personal issue, so I won't get into the details. But this person I was texting with them, and they were like, well, we can talk about this with so-and-so, but it might cause some confrontation. And I know you don't like confrontation. And I said, well, you don't know me very well. I love confrontation. I embrace talking things out. I love it. So if you thought you were going to say something about the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast and I wasn't going to address it, then you've never met me. I was telling Wes before, like, I've changed so much in the last 13 to 15 years because I had to start worrying about CSZ. Thank you, Robbie. Obviously, these folks don't listen to the show.
I sure don't, because I'm not one.
Listen, and this is what I told, and I'll keep that person anonymous because I don't want, but somebody called me a homer yesterday. And I'm not a homer. What I am is a person, and I say this without being disrespectful to anybody else around the panel. Shawn don't have any connections. My brother don't have any connections. Dalton has some, but most of his connections are like, oddly enough, LSU and Houston. Sam is starting to get connections on the women's basketball side. Higgy's only connection is he's got a DoorDash Pass Express account. I'm the one that's got the connections. I'm the one that has to protect my brand. So I let everybody else. Sam, have I ever told you not to get loose on the podcast?
No, never.
No, I've never told any of them. So is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast a Homer podcast? Absolutely not. Am I going to sit here and hold on? Okay. It's been a while since I hit these buttons. Am I going to sit here and on the people that feed me? Absolutely not. Nope. I'm going to sit here and be as fair. I'm going to, just like I did with Satterfield. If y'all remember the last episode of the Satterfield era, I was like, come on, y'all. Like, he can still turn it around. He's not got all of his guys in. And then the very next episode after he was fired, I was like, I knew we needed to get him up out of here. Sam threw a ticker tape parade in front of my house. It was crazy.
Yeah, Sam just crapped on him the whole time.
Sam defecated on Scott Satterfield his entire stay here, both rightfully and unrightfully so.
I mean, but we all know Sam also picked Miami, but
Sam did pick Miami.
That's true. On himself there.
I did pick Miami.
But no, trust me, a lot of people. I was in the same boat with you. We were like, we're gonna roll with him until he's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was gone, and we're like, yes.
And that's what makes it difficult for me. And Sam had running down his legs after the Miami game, but I digress. It's harder for me because KP was a friend of the family, is a friend of the family. I said was like he's not here anymore. I have a personal connection with KP. So it's harder for me to be both fair and like if you DM me, I'll be honest with you. Now, I don't want you to screenshot that like some people do and send it to other group chats and Discords. Hi, Trevor.
Thanks.
Again, I don't stray away from confrontation.
Hold on, which Trevor?
Nothing. Stop.
Okay.
But I will tell you my true feelings if we talk one-on-one. There's a lot of times, even with my guys, Sam and Shawn, I've been rolling with them for a decade strong now.
That's a conversation for in person.
That's an in-person. Thank you. So that's an in-person conversation. And even with Wes and Jeff, I've just started doing a little bit with them with Live with 55. I'll tell them, let's talk after the show. Or, hey, log on about 30 minutes early. And Tanner, too. Right. I forgot Tanner was here because I still have my shot sheet up and I can't see everybody in that at the same time. But I'm like, let's meet before or meet after. I got some stuff to tell y'all. And I'll be honest with y'all. That's just how I am. I'm not going to hide anything. The reason we started CardinalSportsZone.com was because we wanted to be a voice for the people, by the people. I know that sounds cliche, but it really was. And plus, I saw people making a ton of money off message boards, getting information that I knew 3 days before them. So why not? And if I even knew how to put a message board together, maybe I would feel differently because I had all those checks coming in. I don't know how to put a message board together. I'd just rather give y'all the info for free. And that makes my friends mad that do it too. I love them. I apologize. It's just that's all it is and all it's ever going to be. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes for that one. And also shout out to Jeremy Lucas, Steve Harvey, not that Steve Harvey, Ray Riggle, and Cardinal Forever. Robert Scooby Bates is in the building. We appreciate y'all. And T. Will speak Cardinal Sports Zone. Keep ground and respect for each and every one of you all. Keep up the hard work. T. Will, we appreciate you. It was great meeting T. Will, man, the other day. That was my first experience with him, and yeah, it was a good time. He could tell you. T. Will, who was I sitting with? Oh, I was sitting with Nolan's mama and Coach Danny's wife and Milt's wife in the family section. So there's even still a couple of you all out there that think I have a reason to lie about who I know. I don't. And my people know that. I don't even know why I give those people that still. Yesterday morning, I got up at 4 a.m. to watch a WWE pay-per-view live because they were doing it on the other side of the earth. I tweeted out, man, it's so early. And you know what the response I got? Why don't you keep on loving U of L basketball and the disaster we got going on? Go Cards. Then the next tweet was, you still bet $1,000 we're going to get the 22 wins? And I had the tweet typed out. The tweet read, no, dumb. I don't still bet that. 2 weeks after the season started, I'm so glad that guy never took me up on that bet. And a lot of the times I'll bet up. Like with that dude, I knew he wasn't going to pay me if I won anyway. So I was like, well, if we're going to bet, let's just say $1,000 because I know you don't have that. You're never going to pay it to me. So let's bet up. And then a lot of the stuff started happening with losing players, with losing Karan and Dennis and Trenton and this and that. And it was like, no, I don't bet that anymore. I know you know Jeff. Jeff left in the building, but
what up, bro?
But it's like, and we had this conversation last night because Wes and Jeff they do stuff with the Power 10 space on Twitter, and Wes was getting some criticism that he was new to, and I was just telling him, I was like, look, I was always taught growing up, do not shine the light on somebody who wouldn't help you change the bulb. These people want you to give them. They have about 350 followers. They've started up a podcast in the pandemic, and that's not directed towards. Before I get the, I know who you're talking about. That's not anybody specific, but there was a onslaught of podcasts and websites created during the pandemic because there was nothing else to do, right? And you've got people like that were attacking Wes and Jeff and their product, and their natural instinct, which was mine at the very beginning, was, well, let's get these fools because that's what they're trying to embarrass us. Uncle Larry in the building. What's good, Unc? But I had to tell him, like, sometimes saying nothing's more powerful because they want you to. You responding gives them all the power.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how y'all don't even know this because I don't talk about it a lot because it don't bother me. Every day I get 25, 30 hateful tweets, and I can either respond to them and give their 30 followers more of an audience with mine 13,000 followers, or I can ignore them and the 30 people that they probably live in their mom's basement with will get to see the tweet live and nothing else. Just got home from work, Uncle Larry. I still don't have. I need some hash browns covered, double smothered with cheese.
That sounds good.
Throw some ham in it. I forgot all the names. I know it's scattered, covered, and smothered. I think that's cheese and ham and what. I love their hash brown. Anyway, they're not even a sponsor, so let's leave them alone. But Uncle, I'm still waiting for my hookup at the Waffle House here by the house. Justin McCord, what's good? Cardinal Sports Zone family. We appreciate you, Justin, for tuning in. But to make that long story short, because we still got a little bit more to get to, just ignore the haters, I guess is the best way for me to, the best advice I can give Jeff and Wes. You know, there's that long-standing statement, which I don't agree with. It's like any publicity is good publicity, but it's not, though. If you've got somebody who's got, let's just say, Wes, how many followers do you have on Twitter? And I'm not trying to call you out, but how many do you have?
Probably 230.
All right, so let's pick on Welch instead. He said he's got 48 followers. I've got 12,700 followers. So if he says something to me, am I worried about, if he says something negative to me, does that give me any kind of a spotlight? No. Am I hoping that somebody has more? Am I hoping that Steve Rummage tweets me something stupid so I can go at him so I can get some more followers? No, because at the end of the day, followers are just that. Like, I want to connect with good people. If you're a negative person that just is always trying to fire every coach on our staff every time we have some turmoil, that's just not the kind of that ain't what I'm here for. So, all right, let's get back to what we're going to. The article come out. There was some fan discussion. A lot of the people here in Louisville that do have a little bit of a voice just completely crapped all over Bozich. Didn't know, and again, if they've been listening to our show, they would have known. My opinion, and I'll ask Sam, and we'll go around the bend here. My opinion is they got so mad because they know Bozich is reliable, and they know that KP year 3 is a possibility, and they'll be on. People get in here and say, "Oh no, there's no way." Jeff Nunn, love Jeff. He's older than dirt, and he got in our group chat yesterday, our fan group chat at that, and was like 99.9 KP's gone. But it's not. It's like 50-50 right now. And that's the God honest truth. Do you think Rick Bozich would post that if it weren't? Do you think that the people I talk to would tell me we're not? I have asked from day one, when you all know that this is a done deal, that he's out, let me know so I can back up and I can just kind of pull the troops on that one. That's not been told to me. So I want to ask you, Sam, why do you think everybody got mad? Is Is it truly because they thought there was truth to it, or is it just because they feel bad?
They're mad because there is some truth to it. And you should expect that when things aren't going your way and you get some news that you don't want to hear, you could either be accepting of it or you could be really immature about it. And I'm not calling anyone immature, but you could be immature about it and spew off some stuff that you shouldn't be saying, and then a few days later, an hour later, you want to take it back. But I mean, it's just what's the meme? Why you mad, bro? Stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is at this point in time, and none of us truly know what's going to happen. Um, and for the mere fact that people are out there shining light on, hey, this is what could potentially happen, you should be thankful for it, because other than that, you would have no idea, because for most of this whole ordeal, people have been kept in the dark. So now you have someone that's shining a little bit of light on it, and it's not what you want to hear.
And now all of a sudden, Bozich is just an idiot. He's never
Right.
been. He's never been like, I saw somebody yesterday, and I don't know who it is, and I'm not. If you all do, I'm not trying to pick on that person, but somebody was like, "Man, we thought you were a respected columnist, and then you put this crap out." And it's like, well, he put the truth out. I can vouch for. Not that he needs my vouch. Like, he's way more established and professional than I am. But this is stuff we've been telling y'all on this show for 3 weeks now, on either this or Live with 55. This is nothing new. The specifics, Robbie, it was basically along the lines of there is a path to year 3. Carter Knox, again, we've been telling y'all for 4 months now that Carter Knox silent committed to Louisville as long as KP was going to be here. And a second top 15 kid who's a kid that's going to reclassify. I believe his last name is Sonnen. For next year, who's willing to reclassify just to come to Louisville. And the list of transfer possibilities that we got privately, that we've shared amongst the people in this on the screen now, and we can't share it with you all just yet. It's an amazing list of people, Shawn. You got that list. What are your thoughts on the whole situation? Because here's where I'm at right now. As long as Nolan sticks around, and I know y'all are like, oh, you're only pushing for Nolan because he's a friend. No, I'm pushing for Nolan because he is dang good at what he does. And I know if given the right opportunity and being able to be Nolan Mother Smith here at the University of Louisville, if he gets unleashed like that, it's going to be a problem. I can't speak for Danny. I don't know Danny. I don't know Josh. But all I know is that if KP has got some sort of a hold on Nolan and what he can do, I can only imagine it's the same for those other two guys too. So if I've been harsh on them in the past, I apologize, because I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it does, maybe it don't. I don't even know. I just know that Nolan is better than what he's been allowed to do. I'm not saying that anybody's not let him do anything, but Nolan would have already had us some recruits for this year and not waited until he was about to get fired to magically bring top 10 players out of the bushes. Even though Carter Knox went on film that day and said, oh, this has been planned for 6 weeks. The people I talked to up there, Nolan excluded, Nolan never said anything about Carter Knox to me. But everybody else told me, we just found out about this today. So it is what it is. No basketball fan really wants to spend $6 million to start over. Nolan has the opportunity to stay at Louisville. That's where I was going to go. Thank you, Robbie, for kind of reeling me back in. Uncle Larry said the baseball team has given up a couple runs. It's 9-6 in the top of the 7th. Adam says, I love you guys, but if KP is brought back, I think the fan base will explode. Lucky if Yum has 100 fans. Adam, I respect your opinion so much. You've been a friend and follower of the website for a while, but here's my thing. I want Louisville to be great again. If we bring in an unproven coach and it takes him 3 years to get things on the road, and let's not get it twisted, Kenny Payne didn't light this fire here. Chris Mack, Rick Pitino, Katina Powell, they lit the match and threw it on they had the gas. KP come here, and I'm not trying to give him any grace, because I feel like last year wasn't his fault. This year, absolutely, there's some things he could have done differently to make it easier on him. But he did not cause this disaster. And if we get another guy in here and y'all are ready to fire him the first or second year, I'm just going to have to tell all y'all to shut the heck up and let the coaches get their footing and let them gain their ground. The stuff that I've heard KP doing behind the scenes is big stuff. It's good stuff. Now, will that translate? I don't know. But as long as we start winning, I don't care if it's KP that's our coach next year. I don't care if it's Scott Drew that it's our coach next year.
Shawn Barber.
I don't care if Shawn Barber is in charge of teaching defense, because we all know he knows how to keep sacred areas safe. But
nobody will touch the paint. Unbelievable.
I hope you said paint, because I hit that button a little bit earlier. Yellow, the flag has been thrown by Wes. But what I will say is that social media has allowed people like Adam, and nothing against you, Adam. Again, much love. But Adam's opinion is shared with one person, which is shared with another person. And then a local radio person gets it, and they plaster it all over the air. And now at one point, you've got a guy on the air telling people to hate the coach and that this is wrong and that's wrong, when in all actuality, he's still trying to get his legs up underneath him. Maybe he absolutely wasn't ready, in hindsight, wasn't ready to be a first-time head coach. But what you all may or may not know is that nobody wanted this job, and it was either KP or nobody. And that's pretty much, we probably at that point would have just given ourselves up for the death penalty for a couple of years and not even had what we had the last couple of years. But
basically, we had a death penalty the last couple
of
years.
We basically had that. Robbie says, if not Payne, give me Chris Beard. As somebody who has had female friends abused by men, I will never. I don't care if he come in here and went 40-0 the first year. I don't want an alleged woman beater in my home. I know personal stuff about him. I said alleged. In my home is the Yum Center. I don't want an alleged person that has had domestic violence. I've got female friends that have been victims of this. I've got female friends on the other side who accused their dudes falsely. So here's what I will propose to you, Robbie. Either we want our next coach to not have any problems coming in. So in that situation, either he whooped that chick, shout out to Trick Williams, or she lied. Either way, that's a problem. Yep. And I'm not going to say who was the problem. And he's still with her. So no, there is nothing you could offer me $50 million, and I would not. I know you wouldn't, but you could, and I would never do that. Agree. But if KP is replaced, it has to be a big name guy ready to go. Absolutely, Adam. I agree with that 1,000%. It's got to be a Scott Drew. It's got to be a Will Wade. If you can't get either of those guys, and there's another guy I'm pretty high on, but I can't remember who it is at this point. I think I'd be okay with Nate Oates. They're at number 3 now. My big board's changing. But if you can't land one of those 3 guys, just let Kenny have another year. And then the next cycle of recruiting, coaching signings, maybe you can grab one of those dudes. I don't know. Cardinal Chris says, Kenny pain, chest pain, butt pain, same thing. New coach for him, please. That's funny. Robbie says that's why he says keep Kenny. Give the man a 3rd year. I will tell you this much, and then we'll move on. Because some of the people want to fire Dan McDonald as well, and I think that's just absolutely absurd and insane in the membrane. Yeah, Chris, Will Wade does have a show cause, but what that does is it doesn't allow him to be in person with recruits while they're being recruited. When you've got Nolan Smith, you don't need Will Wade to be recruited. Nolan Smith will walk in there, walk out, and the next week the player's mom will be pregnant, and you won't even know why. But with words, not like literally. They'll be ready to commit, ready to pop. Sorry, poor choice of words. Chad Brocky said he likes Chris Jans. I don't know who that is, but I'm not against anybody. Welch says, yeah, heck no on Beard. Yeah. So again, let me bring that back around. If Nolan goes into a prospective player's living room, he's going to get that commitment. He's going to. So I know, Brian. Wait, what? No, I just mean that player will pop for Louisville. Oh, Mississippi State's coach.
Yeah, Mississippi State. Yeah.
Okay. No, I would not. Only reason I wouldn't want him is he's unproven. I hear all these people, well, Jerome Tang's won the last 2 years. Well, he's struggled a little bit this year. He did decently last year with a 6-year super senior. Not enough of a sample size for me. Musselman, I'm all the way off the must bus. Mick is a prick. I'm not picking him. I'm all the way out on those guys. Dusty May, it's rumored he's going to Ohio State anyway. I wasn't a huge fan of that pickup. Those guys are going to be complaining here soon about in Ohio State. They're going to be like, oh, well, we need a new coach. And it is what it is. Look, 2 more weeks. Got Duke Wednesday night. It's Nolan Scout. Shawn, you've not got to talk a whole bunch today, and I'm sorry for that. I'm just kind of, when I get in the flow, when Jordan starts hitting, he don't want to stop shooting. So that's kind of been my fault. But let's get your thoughts on it. We know the last time we played Duke, Nolan scouted them perfectly, kept Filipowski in check. He may not even play. He got ran over in a court storming yesterday.
Looked to me like he initiated contact.
Allegedly. And he pretty much had Mitchell scouted. We had both Brandon and Caleb double teaming Mitchell to where he couldn't be too big of a
problem
down low. It was just our inconsistent, and every game for the last month we have improved in some aspect, but we always give up that one guy who just hits every 3 he shoots. This last game, it was Shrewsbury. Against Duke, it was
2 guys. It was
Roach was one of them, right?
Roach, and there was another guy, or 2 guys that went off. Elijah Mitchell, I think. I don't remember. 2 of those guys had like 20-something points.
Who?
McLean, isn't that his name?
Oh yeah, McLean. Yeah,
could have been
McLean. Yeah.
But here's what I will say, and I don't like to put a whole lot of spotlight on one player, but there is one guy on the court whose man is the one that's giving these points up every game, and we will not giving up these trays. I mean, these 3-pointers.
It was
Proctor.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Proctor.
And we won't say any names, but again, there's one guy on the court that can't play defense. That they actually pushed him to the 4 for that game, and it worked out well, except for the fact his guy still was just swishing threes on us, or trays on us, however you want to put it. But look, I trust it. How do you feel, Shawn, about we're at Duke? That's already
that's a problem. Yeah,
an issue. And at one point, Louisville's had success at Duke, though.
How do
you feel?
It's hard to know because I thought we kind of turned the corner again, like in early November when we played Texas to 1 point loss. I thought, oh, we got something. Then we just crashed and burned. Then we started working way back, crashed and burned again. And then the last 2 games, we won, 2 home games? And then we come up against Notre Dame and get beat by 22 by a team that's definitely not better than us. And it's in the same situation we were last year. That's a problem. I'm like, how does that happen? That shouldn't happen, period. So looking at this, I think we'll play up to Duke this time. I think we're going to play it close, but I think we're going to lose by double digits again in the end. We're going to play close until they finally just pull away from us.
All right. Yeah. And really quick, Sam, I know you have to bounce here pretty soon. Let them know where they can find you on social media. Give us your closing thoughts. We'll let you go really quickly, though. Beard just drove in another run, and we're back in double figures again. It is 10-6, I believe.
Let's go.
Baseball cards over St. Bonaventure. So, Sam, go ahead and give your parting thoughts.
We have one more home game left here for UL women's basketball. I think it's Florida State at 8 p.m. on Thursday. In terms of the Duke game, I'm really looking forward to how they compete because it always seems like they start to play up to their competition, and which is a good thing, but it's kind of a scary thing as well. But other than that, you can just reach me at Baseboy124 on all platforms. And go Cards.
Absolutely. And yes, we have 1 home game left for women's basketball, 3 left. Shout out to Garrett. Look, Garrett, we gave you a shout out earlier. You missed it. Wes Brocky in the building, Bobby Redmond. But yeah, 3 home games left for the men's team, 1 for the women's team, Florida State for the women. And I want to say Boston College, Virginia Tech, and Syracuse for the men in reverse order there. Sam, appreciate you joining us. And we'll talk to you here in a little bit, and we'll wrap the show. We're almost done. I know y'all are tired of hearing Sam talk, so we'll kick him on out. Sam, thanks for joining us, brother.
All right, man. Later.
Yep.
All right, bro.
And then he joins, right? No, for Jeff wanted to know if he was at school. No, he was in the media room at the Yum Center, and they started kicking everybody out. So he messaged me and was like, man, I got to go. They're kicking me out. So Kevin Giddings in the building. What's good, KG? Proctor was torching the whole team, honestly. Absolutely. So, Shawn, back to you were talking about Duke. Go. We'll let you wrap it up.
I was just going to say, I think it'll end up being double digits just because this team with the injuries and let's be honest, it's just defensively, they're too up and down defensively. It's like there'll be 5 possessions in a row to play good defense, and then 5 possessions in a row, I don't know what they're doing. I couldn't tell you what they're doing. It makes no sense to me. I'll look at it, I'm like, what am I watching? I mean, I'm not a coach. I've played, not even school ball, like church ball. And I'm like, even I recognize this is terrible, and I don't know why they could play so well 5 minutes, and the next 5 minutes look like they couldn't beat a middle school team. I don't understand it.
Absolutely. Look, what we're gonna do so we can end the show here pretty quickly. We had some stuff to talk about baseball. Obviously, they're gonna have their 3rd straight double-digit win in a row after starting off 0-4. So they're getting things back on track. We'll talk about that. Wes, remember that for Live with 55 on Tuesday night, 7:00. Is that right?
Yes.
I know I scheduled the shows, but sometimes I forget. Also, don't forget spring game, April 19th. Again, let's get into rapid fire. Happy birthday not only to Mom Smith, but the great Samaki Walker.
Okay.
That dude never ages. I swear. Like, I talked to him this morning. He still looks like he did when we went to school together. It was stupid. Olivia Cochran announced on Facebook she'll be using her COVID year of eligibility and will be coming back. We touched on that earlier a little bit, but it was here in Higgy's very intricate and thoughtful rapid fire. Women's swimming team Lucy Mabrahan, Gabby Albiero, Christiana Regenauser, and Julia Dennis, which Higgy wouldn't have been able to say any of that, take second in the 400 free meter. It's supposed to be 400 meter free relay at the ACC Championships with a time of 3 minutes 10 seconds. This was the 3rd fastest time in school history. Women's track and field Jaden Ulrich captures the women's shot put ACC championship with a throw of 17.45 meters. It says 57-3 after that. I don't know what that means because Higgy don't really context this a lot. And as always, don't forget, if you want to have a cameo done with a member of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast team or Live with 55 team, you can find us on Cameo at, I think you just search Cardinal Sports Zone. I could be wrong. If you don't find us under Cardinal Sports Zone, look for us under Jeremy Wallman. I think it may be under my name now that I think about it. And last but not least, I've been telling you the last couple of weeks about my cousin Jonathan. He's starting up a podcast down in Western Kentucky that features some of the talent, high school talent down in that area. Tonight, his show will be going on at 6:00 Central Time, so 7 p.m. our time. I'll send the link out to that once I get it. Tonight, he will have Brad Decker. He is the 5th region player of the year from Central Hardin. He's a 4-star recruit. They'll talk to him about his opportunities, his offers, stuff like that. 3rd Region Hoops on Twitter. The Twitter's very easy. It's 3rd Region Hoops. They cover a lot of the stuff down there. They'll be on with them. And former Edmonson County High School basketball coach Brad Johnson will join them. It's my cousin Jonathan Williams, and he's the principal at Edmonson County High School. And his student, one of his students, Joseph, Joseph will be on there with him, his co-host. And they're trying to do something big down there. They do have a tremendous opportunity, I will say, to have a monopoly down there and to do a lot of good things. My baby cousin, Carrie Ann, which is Jonathan's daughter, her districts start tomorrow this past week. Just a little bit of light work, 22, 12, and 9. That was one of her least stat-filled games of the past 2 weeks. I think she had 29, 18, and 7 in the game before that. But regardless, she's doing some big things down there. Can't wait for her to get up here and maybe do a couple Louisville camps and kind of test her value and worth against the other players up here. But she's a beast, man. She's about a foot taller than all the other girls that play basketball down there in the area, and she still holds her own against the bigger girls too. So very proud of her. Proud of Jonathan. Tune in 7 p.m. our time. I'll make sure I retweet that at some point. Make sure you're supporting the photographers at Cardinal Sports Zone. Jeff, TJ, JK, Buster. Jeff is our football photog. TJ's our basketball photog, and JK getting out there. But it's baseball season. He loves doing that. He's getting started. Make sure you support our photo galleries. Those are pinned at cardinalsportzone.com all the time. You can check it out. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Bare Nose on Market, Fitness Market, Four Peg Smokehouse, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak. Again, when you go into Bare Nose, tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. This is a test portion. If we do well enough these next 2 months, as far as Louisville events and concerts, they're going to give us a contract for next season. And that's the one I've been wanting to be affiliated with for longest, not only because I enjoy their food, but George is is just a great dude, a nice person. Yeah, 3rd Region 9th District in Owensboro. Right on, Shawn. They lose focus. If you want to sponsor us next year, we're not – listen, I love to say this, Shawn. We're not currently accepting any more applications for sponsorship for this year. Football season comes around. It's a different story. If you want to sponsor us, get in touch with any of us. Let us know. You can DM us at Card Sport Zone, like it says underneath. Hold on, I say underneath, but we got a comment that's bubbled up there. Underneath, Wes, you can see where you can follow the podcast on social media. DM us at any of those locations that you can. Do I have that disclaimer on here like I do for the other one? Oh, yeah, in the bottom left-hand corner for sponsorship opportunities. Email me. Look, I had TJ is an amazing graphics dude. He not only created my graphics, but he created Jonathan's graphics for his new show. And even though it's got a picture of a Wildcat in it, because that's their mascot, it looks phenomenal. Shout out to TJ. Again, social media, you can follow us underneath at any of those sites underneath the West. YouTube, it's cardinalsportzone.com it's youtube.com /Cardinal Sports Zone 55, as it says there at the bottom of your screen. I believe it says that. I can't see it because the icon's on there, but you can find us on all the podcast avenues. If you don't like watching this and you just want to hear us, trust me, when Higgy's on here, I get it. You can find that podcast on all the podcast avenues, over 125 in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeartMusic. Hit subscribe, follow, like, the heart button, whatever Shawn does when he sees a girl out in public that he may want to accidentally not shake her hand. Hit any of those to be able to have these downloaded automatically. And if you subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook, you will be immediately notified in your notification bar that we're going live. Sometimes we'll do our regular shows on Sunday at 2, unless there's a ball game going on, and then Tuesdays for the next couple of weeks we'll be doing Live with 55. Then that'll taper off until the regular season. That'll be more of a, I'll say this, Live with 55 after the end of the regular season of basketball will be more of a let's just talk about what's going on type deal. It's not going to be anything specific. That's what we've used it for all along. It's kind of like a laid back area. So that'll transition into that in the off season. But yeah, over 125 podcast avenues and all. If you've not listened to all the episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, shame on you. Go back, check them all out. CardinalSportsZone.com, the place it all began. Hit the podcast tab, the drop-down menu. You can listen to the CSZ Podcast, and you can listen to old episodes of Live with 55 there. The only way to get the new episodes of Live with 55 is to subscribe to us on YouTube. Shout out to everybody out there who's sharing the podcast. We appreciate it. Love you guys. Shout out to our guys, Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work from 10 to noon, Monday through Friday on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Shawn, tell everybody out there who may want to get in contact with you for weird historical facts, or if they've got a female friend who needs a good dude, but that's probably going to be a little bit awkward at first because he's not dated in 30 years. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
At Elville, Shawn.
He just answered it. That's what I love about Shawn. Wes, what about you, brother?
Wes Keys _CSZ.
Wes Keys _CSZ. And then you can find Sam at Baseboy124. Higgy is I am the Higgy. Dalton is dpence underscore. Is
Underscore. That's it.
Joey's is Joe Woman 526 and OG West. I gotta call this West Key. If they're ever on the same time, it's Keys. And if I say West, I'm talking to the other West. I've already figured. So I've got 3 friends I talk to normally now that's around each other. All 3 of their names West. So I've got to either say Brocky, Keys, or West. And West has been around. I've known West for about 16 years, so he gets to be OG West. I apologize to the other Wests.
Of course, no, that's fair.
Robbie says, "Great show, guys." Premium subscriber Corey Massey says, "Awesome show, guys. As always, go Cards." We appreciate you. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live. Even though we prefer you all to I don't know how to explain it, but YouTube helps our exposure. It helps everything out more. Hit the like button while you're watching the show on YouTube. Also, tune in for Live with 55 with any updates throughout the week. Wes Keys and Higgy are the co-hosts of that show, and we try to bring a couple of other people in there. Our guy Jeff Leff comes on from time to time. Tanner's in that one. He produces that show every week for us. We appreciate it, and it's really like Live with 55. The concept we started doing that again for 2 reasons. One, our 200th guest strung us along for like a month because for some reason he decided he wanted to play in the NFL playoffs and keep winning. Selfish jerk. Shout out to Teddy. We'll have him on later on in the year. Later on this athletic year, we'll have him on, not like in December. But we wanted to keep in touch with you all. We noticed that the engagement was going down. Still got stupid numbers on the podcast side of it while we were off, but we wanted you all to be able to talk to us. And then I started talking with a group of guys that I had listened to, whether it be spaces or phone calls on the radio stations or just conversations we were having. I was like, man, I want to give them an opportunity to be able to spotlight. And as much as we on Higgy, I wanted him to be able to have a safe place to where he could just be Higgy. And it didn't matter if we sounded professional or not. We're just laid back, chilling, and having a good time. So that's what that's for. We'll come. Sometimes it won't even be we may come to you all on Friday or Thursday, but the assigned shows for the rest of this year till football season, because we changed this show during football season. But Live with 55 every Tuesday until the start of football season. CSZ Podcast, 2 p.m. right here where you find all of our stuff. Any last words? Shawn, I'm going to let you go with your last words first because I want you to be put first in life for once.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
There, that's my last word.
That's your last? No, go ahead, Shawn. What's this nifty? Go ahead, show off your hat, Shawn. The nifty 502 Circle hat.
502 Circle. Go support them if you can. I understand there's some people that may not be able to financially, but if you can, go support them because you're supporting the athletes. You're supporting the school that we all love. Other than that, just let's be patient. Let's look forward to spring football. Let's see how the end of the basketball season plays out. We still got 4 games, 3 home games in the ACC tournament.
We've got Duke,
at least 4 guaranteed.
Syracuse. No, we've got 5 guaranteed games.
Oh, 5 guaranteed.
We got Duke, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Boston College.
Oh, that's right. I forget, yeah.
And first game of the ACC tournament.
Yeah, so we got 5 guaranteed games. Let's just see what happens. That's all we can do. Things are going to happen. You just got to let them happen.
Yeah, I'm at the point right now myself where it's like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
I
get the anger.
Yeah,
watching
for
that,
sure.
Watching that Notre Dame game was ridiculous. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and defend anything that happened in that game. So I understand the anger, but at the same time, I'm like, there's something I can do about it. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. That's all you can do. Wait and see. They see what's going on. Everybody sees what's going on, and we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens.
Perfectly said. Wes, your final thoughts for today?
What I was gonna say is, first off, follow Powhatan Sports Pod. Second off, Live with 55, like Jeremy says in the intro. We may say Tuesdays, but he says in the intro, live from wherever the heck Jeremy wants to bring it to you from. That's where we at. We might pop up on a Wednesday. We might pop up on a Thursday. It can happen at any time, any place. Cashing that money in the bank briefcase.
I will run in and hit anybody. Like we could come to you Tuesday, and then at midnight something pop off, and that's pop right back in. Like there's no rules, there's no regulations. It's laid back. There's not as many rules as there are on this is my professional baby here. That is my let's have fun, and let's have fun with that. Tanner, do you want to say anything? Do you want me to bring you on the screen, or are you good? You good? Okay, give me the thumbs up from the producing side. Let's go win these games, says Robbie. David says you guys are the best. Look, we've got, you feel me? Jeff said, look, at the end of the day, we are here as an outlet for the people that don't want to hear toxicity, that don't want to just be negative Nancy all the time, that don't just want to piss down their leg because everybody else is. The fact of the matter is there will be people out there that will lead you to believe that downtown Louisville and the Yum is causing in the Yum Center are failing because of Kenny Payne. That's not the case. There are other factors that are making that happen. There are people out there that will lead you to believe there's only 1,000 people at every men's basketball game. Wes, Shawn, y'all been to me in the last 2 months. I've been able to get out a little bit more. I brought y'all with me to some games. There's always been a decent crowd there. Now it's not the 22,000 we're accustomed to, but it's felt like 10 to 12,000 every game I've been to.
Those are the diehards. Those are the people, no matter what, no matter who's the coach, no matter what's going on, they're going to be there every time. And you may hear them complain. Oh, we've heard people, you could hear people yelling, what are you doing? So there are going to be people who are going to voice their displeasure on what's going on the floor. But most of those people are there because they love the university, and whoever's got that jersey on, whoever's on the sideline, they're going to support. Even if they know they may recognize things aren't great, but it doesn't mean you can't support people because it's life, man. People can make mistakes. People can not live up to their potential, and maybe people you love, and yet you're still going to support them even if they're falling on their face. You're going to try to help them up and support them until you can't anymore.
And what we're going to do, since it's almost over anyway, we're apparently bases. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up and get this over here. Back on it. The baseball game's almost over. So
almost over. Is that good or bad?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to hurry up. And again, when you're producing the show, it's very hard to figure. It may be over with by the time I get this logged in. And shown, but apparently the bases are loaded. Let's see if we can get this in. Hurry up. Doodle-doo.
Trying to find it myself.
I'm pulling it up live on the phone.
Oh, okay.
All right. Come on. Here we go. All right. Turn around. You have the game on your wall. Do I have the game up behind me? Did I do that before it come on? It don't matter. All right, we got it right now. It is, oh crap, it's 10-9.
Oh, Lord.
They've got the bases loaded.
Oh, Lord.
Bottom of the 9th. Oh, no, top of the 8th. Okay.
Top of the 8th? Okay.
2 outs. Now we got 2 outs. We'll stick around for a few minutes. I know that's not optimal because y'all want to get to y'all's day. Robbie, I'll be honest with you. This last 2 hours that went by so fast, I forgot I turned it on before the show started. So I apologize for that. But again, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Wes, you got to give your last words. My last words are this: be kind, be nice. It costs absolutely nothing to not be a douche canoe.
I agree.
Still 2 outs, bases loaded. Cardinals up 1. Top of the 8th. Okay, so we still got 2 more innings to rake if something happens here, which we hope it doesn't. Robbie said, turn around, you got the game on the wall. Sorry about that. Larry O'Bannon next week. We'll have some fun with Larry. We'll talk about how he's going to handle the rest of the season and much, much more. That's all I've got for right now. I guess we're going to sit here and I'm going to do play-by-play for Louisville baseball. Never thought that would ever happen. Number 49 up to the mound. He's got the ball in his hand. It's 1-1. He's pitching. That is a ball. It's 2-1. 2-1 is the count. Yeah, we got an old school watch party going on right here.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Did you hear
What?
Wes? Like Wes promoting other stuff on our show. Like he's big time now. He's like,
Nah.
oh, that was hit. Is that a foul? Foul ball, 2-2.
Okay.
Wes just came in and was like, look, listen to my stuff. I don't care about Jeremy's stuff. I'm just kidding. He's about to throw another flag on the play. I'm cool with it.
Nah, I'm not gonna throw a flag because I mean the flag can go either way. You might be able to catch me with a tech and eject me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Breaking ball?
Huh?
Yeah. What? Are you watching it?
No, I was just guessing.
Oh, you guessed it correctly. 2-2 count. Louisville up by 1, 10-9. Top of the 8th, 2 outs, 3 on the 24th pitch of this pitcher's pitch count. Here goes the pitch. And it's foul back again. Look, I'm not doing this.
That's a fastball, right? Got to
Yep.
be a fastball.
Yes, Shawn. Look, how about you guess what it takes to get a girl? You can guess the pitches, but
Because
not that.
obviously.
Yeah, Shawn.
Unbelievable.
See, pitching is when. Nah.
Oh gosh. Oh.
You're a baby.
Hey,
Right,
Jay,
pitch
you've
is
been
going.
itching to pressing buttons, haven't you?
The ball is hit,
Oh no.
and one's coming in. It is tied at 10. We're getting off
Oh,
here.
man.
Listen, tell me only one comment. Oh, Brocky's on here. He heard it.
Moron.
I mean, I thought that pitch was pretty stupid too. Gracie, how do you feel about Shawn?
Oh no.
You suck, Shawn.
I mean, I didn't say it.
Unbelievable.
I agree. Look, we're going to hop off here. We appreciate y'all's time tonight. Love, peace, chicken grease, all that good stuff.
Facts.
Thanks again for all the support. We love you all. Until next time,
Support the 502 Circle
this has been
if you can.
absolutely support the 502 Circle. Never interrupt me again or you're fired. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast.
Pay attention.